Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bruce, aka Haunted Husband. Welcome back to We the Revolution. At the end of the last episode, we started putting our troops in place for the oncoming battle. So let's just see where we end up. I get a feeling that a lot of our major cases are done. That most of the courtroom stuff now is just going to be like simple petty tasks. Aristocrats really don't like me. The bank clerk, Gregory Cortel, has been slandering his servant and accusing her of theft. We found out that she had quit her job, fed up with his impudence, and you want me guilty for that? Why? After a battle, Thayers and Badier disobeyed orders and did not march eastward with the general. Instead, they stayed behind to loot the. Didn't have to read it all the way. Salt merchant Hughes Boise recently refuses to replace his old weights with ones that use the new measuring system. The attachment to the former rules provides the accused is a monarchist. Come back to that one. Gaspard Picard, who's a colonel, who was in charge of the artillery of the internal army, was caught stealing building materials that were supposed to be used to build new barracks for the brigade. Or at least that was his subordinates are claiming. According to a report, he's commissioned the transportation of several carts of bricks to his own mansion out of the city. Guillotine. Camille Boudon and his wife Maud, both pharmacists, were caught selling laudanum that did not contain any opium at the price of the regular product. Cannot be sure how many No Montessier, an experienced doctor, gouged Margus out during a fight. According to the witness, he grabbed the victim's head, smashed it into the wall. These are difficult. I mean, it doesn't mean that he's still attached to Monarch as this. He's probably just an old curmudgeon who doesn't want to fucking do it. I mean, you won't guilty him for that? At least gets me out of the death range. I can hear the war sounds going on in the distance. Oh yeah, there's a big battle going outside in Paris. Oh, but by the way, let's go into the court and do some cases real quick. Makes sense? Don't mind me sitting so close to you smoking this pipe in your face. Thank you for coming. How's he feeling? Like a young man who wasn't ready for what happened to him. Your brother paid me a visit, the one who's supposed to be dead? Shucks. Let me finish. I respect the memory of our friendship. We have both helped each other in many ways, but I know now that, because of my loyalty to you, I participated in something very wrong. My brother is a monster. The amount of bloodshed by the revolution has changed us all into monsters. I only hope that after we die, people will forget about us, and all the wrongdoings we will be blown away. You prefer to be decided with a child murderer over me? Thanks to him, I finally understood what we did to our country by giving the power to uneducated people armed with axes and torches. We restore balance, and your brother's going to do that. He is a murderer. As are you and I. The only difference between him and us is that we will be honored with medals and statues. I do not want that kind of praise, tainted by crime and deceit. Now is my last chance to change my fate. What are you going to do? I do not know. I'll probably leave Paris while it's still possible, then wait and adapt to a new situation. Your court guard ran away this morning, and Ramil turns out to be he was always with your brother, and then what was necessary to lead you to this moment. Fucking knew it. So you're all traitors. That's how you see things, and you have already failed. Goodbye, my friend. So literally nothing I do is going to improve their mood. Literally nothing. So what boons me the best? Hmm. I mean, that gives me a boon. I mean, everything else I do is going to piss them off, so... I'm not too sure, like, these have, like, real action consequences. Like, if I put barricades, it's going to be more barricades. Or if I do provisions in medicine... I just believe they're just words connected with modifiers. I mean, what can you do at this point? Everyone's abandoned you. Everyone's left you behind.
They are already here.
The outcasts, the cursed ones. That is how they call themselves. The families of the victims of the revolution. The sons of those who were forced to run to other countries. They have groped their way in the dark for years, and there was no one who would console them. Now they want France for themselves. As we do.
Come take it from my cold dead hands, motherfuckers. We about to get in some real stuff now. I can't believe everyone just... Ramilla, I understand. How's this going? You've been attacked. If you have no troops in this section, you will automatically lose it. Choose your general. Me, of course. Each of the enemy generals have their favorite tactics and tricks. Let's go. He's got more artillery than me. That kind of... During each turn of the battle, a certain number of people will escape to this section. The longer you hold out the battle, the more people you will save. I'm not happy that he has more artillery than me. So I'm not too sure if it's more imperative that I take those out first. Or take out the gross number of soldiers he has. 2, 4, 6, 12... 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14... He gets 16 units. 2, 4, 6, 8... 10, I get 12 units. That's bullshit. I mean, do you take out... He's a big neutral guy. I know that for a fact. It said so in the... about attack. Doesn't offer any significant advantages, but doesn't give large penalties to troops' attack powers either. I don't necessarily have a lot of infantry at my disposal. I got 4 to their 6. I don't know what to do here. This will probably cost me my artillery. But so be it. He chose entrenchment. Interesting. Now I really don't have a choice here. I have to go hard. We're just mirroring each other. Well, almost mirroring each other at this point. Yeah, there goes all that. I mean, that's the best I did is the drawing up front. Yeah. That's bullshit that he gets more units than I do. I mean, what do? Do you like hard stock with infantry and pray that your artillery can just mow them down? I mean, I gotta get these people out. Regardless. Who am I intriguing? Germain de Stael has used the seized movement to weakness to fight for women's rights. I'm not the one who judged the motivations of other people, but if we do not stop her today, we now wake up tomorrow. Women took to the streets of Paris. They marched to the town hall, chanting, occupying one of its halls to debate the rights of women in revolutionary France, led by Madame de Stael, the educated and ambitious founder of the one Paris political salons. She convinced her supporters that the revolution has not given women freedom, equality, and brotherhood, and that they must fight for themselves. Threats and intense announcements led to the spontaneous creation of the Declaration of Women's Rights, signed by every participant of the event. Timing was accidental. Madame de Stael surely used these current situations to her and other women's benefits. Await further information. Well, first battle, terrible. I mean, it's just unrealistic that they got 4 more units than I did, and especially since it was all artillery that really just kind of put me at a big disadvantage. But oh well. What can you do? Excuse me? There's still trials going on? There's a war going on in the streets. What is this? Citizen, I'm sure that you already received your copy of the Declaration of Women's Rights. Let us meet in the evening so I can list our demands. I'm not going to read all this because it's just... Yeah. So everybody wants death. If I just... The request guys don't fill either way, so screw them, I guess. This was filled out by my man Pierre. And the doc is Etienne Lebieux, a brawler and degenerate resident of Paris that frequently lighted the suburban public houses in Faubourg de Gloire. Last month, together with his comrade Michel Verde, he attacked another drinking partner, Jean Boudon. Hey, I think I know Jean Boudon. Witnesses saw everything claims of Lubon and Vernon ambushed the victim when he was returning to the attic where he used to sleep. To attack Boudon, dark alley battering him, took his money, and then stabbed him. Soon afterwards, Venus was detained. During routine questioning, he admitted to participating in the assault, even though he swore that it was Lebeau who pushed the knife to Boudon. Vernon was sentenced to guillotine. Meanwhile, Lebeau vanished in the thin air. Apparently, he held up in Neville. When his arrested, Rogue recited what we have already heard, swearing that Vernon was the responsible blah blah. Had with him an excellent pouch that was almost empty. Actually, did not belong to him. Murder can't be evidence. Like, I really just don't care. I don't. Yeah. I don't allow the accused to speak. I don't care. With most respect, of course. Consider the behavior of the accused, I think I already know the verdict. So he still claimed that the Verde who would murder Citizen Boudon. Yes. But it was you who battered and robbed him. It was his idea that Rob Boudon caused a argue about something. When I took his pouch, it weren't that full. Why would Rizzo ask you to join him? If they had assaulted Boudon all alone, he could have kept all the money for himself. Or, well, maybe he was scared to go alone. Personal criminal scared to rob a man alone. You should have asked him before you offed him. I went into his head, you know. I mean, he fessed to a crime. Maybe not. Don't really care. This is probably like the worst judging I've ever done. I sentenced Citizen Etienne Lebeau to death by guillotine. He confessed to robbing and stealing, which he was charged of robbing and stealing. Therefore, he did confess to a crime. He was guilty of assault, murder, and theft. I asked him, did he assault and steal from Boudon? He said yes. That is committing confessing to a crime. Stupid fucking game. they're not satisfied, so I just have to give them the old, lovey-dovey, I do this, you do that speech. I'm not going to read these. It's the same things over and over again. They love it. I love it. You love it. Chopped off right, he's getting dark. Jeez. I just had like a whole row of people who were just lining up to be guillotined. The street empties at sunset. You walk along the still warm pavement thinking about the supper your wife has prepared. You are so relaxed that you do not notice a woman dashing around the corner. She runs into you, such a force, moves and flying. She drops a sack, brings several caps. The woman jumps to her feet and tries to catch them, but two manage to escape. They got away, she yells. You decide which one to chase first. No money, no pate, that's the woman. So you know exactly what she's going on. Leave the woman alone, who gives a cat? Woman leaves clutching the sack. She looks around a few meters, seeking her prey. The meatier, the better. You have more pressing things to attend to than watching someone hunt for a pate meat. Yeah. I'm not wasting 3 intrigue on that. I promise not too long. My case is rather obvious. Of course, I'm sure that nothing worse could come to this. Changes, you do not like them, especially when you know they will happen soon. What kind of changes? The liberation of women, of course. I do not understand. Who is oppressing you? You, men who have decided to rule over the country and take control of our fate. The Declaration of Women's Rights clearly explains it. Of course, your famous declaration, your legacy. I have only given a few suggestions regarding the document, as I have other duty leading women to their ultimate success. Over the corpses of men, I assume. It doesn't have to be so. The Declaration must be accepted in its current form. Refuse to negotiate, and we will not agree to any settlement. If you resist, we will protest, and you will learn what it's like to fight without our support. Convincing people to accept such a great change, especially now. Since I first heard about you, you have done nothing but manipulate and scheme. I am sure you will manage. Remember that without us, you will lose. But it will us who may stand a chance. That is all we want, equality. I believe that you overestimate women's power, madame. I have yet to see any of you on the battlefield, although the fight is supposed to be even. What is more important is whether or not you are ready to risk our revolt. You know what we want. We shall give you a chance to think it through. Goodbye, citizen. I mean, why does it matter? Sure, let's do provisions and medicine. Why not? I think now we can get rid of the stream. I don't think we need this anymore. I think all that's done. So now I have no idea which one he's attacking. Now I just need to be prepared everywhere. That's... That's 8. I can afford 4. So that's just how it's going to be, huh? If that's the case, then I will move everything forward. I'll leave that just like it is, leave that there. I assume he's probably going to attack here next, considering that there's no one there to defend it. Putting at least some type of defense over here. He's not going to cross through these two territories, so I can move these if need be. So let's move I want 2 more of these. Over here. That's 5, 9. That's 12. It's a lot of front line and a little bit in the back, but that's all I got at the moment. I mean, what can she do? Like, I'd rather keep her in the back just in case. Propositions or perhaps blackmail force us to take immediate and spontaneous action. She wants to sign the Declaration of Women's Rights. If you comply without the support of other men, you may as well sign your own death sentence. Well, my death sentence is probably already signed. You must convince them to accept the changes and give away the power they have promised their sons. How about no? Now to know that there's no warning on what he's going to attack is just kind of bullshit, but okay. Sure, let's deal with some minor cases. I mean, Lord knows we got nothing else better to do. Hortense, Boy Slot, talked her way into a house of Mr. and Mr. Burnett, claiming to be the friend. Once inside, she beat up a servant, stole money, sold her to wear a painting she took off the wall. She was just watching sell loot. Joyce some guillotine. Farmer Deodar had a quarrel with Pierre and Garner, who was cultivating a neighbor's field. At night, was set the field alight. As a result, several dozen acres of crops belonging to various farmers went up in flames. That is not mere fatalism. That is acting. Take some guillotine. Which needs a promotion in the ordnance foundry. Abraham Toltien told his superiors that his foreman had been sentenced to the guillotine for murder. Information soon to be not false. 2 officials, Alfred and Yates, beat up a messenger who spilled ink on some important papers. We found minor bruises and a small bump on the victim's head. The accused claimed that they yelled at the victim, but not hit him. Count Maureen Lovier, he's 84, and his servant Eileen were caught in the graveyard trying to steal a coffin containing the remains of Irene Lajat, the Count's late wife. Let's add that she was decapitated for the counter-trooper. Grave robbing? I mean, it's his wife. I mean, who cares? It's his wife. 3 stablemen and a cook allegedly took advantage of the absence of their employer and broke into his place when they raped. Saw the magic word, rape. Guillotine. Didn't even have to read the rest of it.
They want to rule. What are they thinking? I'll beat some sense into my wife later.
Yikes.
Just prepare our food and bear our children.
Double yikes.
No women will rule us.
Remember your place, or we will help you.
Bunch of oversensitive men. I hate bullheaded people. Just go humility all the way down. attached. Withdrawn. Alright, let's fucking ace them.
Judging by their behavior, they are extremely determined. They will not give up. This blow will not be the last one if we do not consent to their demands. I know your blood is up, but the truth is, they do not want much. This consent will cost you little.
You may have your arguments, but we have ours. Those of men. We have built our world on them, and we will not drop them just like that.
Put yourselves in their shoes. They have not gained much from the revolution, unlike you. And they end up on the guillotine just as frequently. Who supported you when you were bearing the standards of the revolution? They carried them at your sides with you.
But we can't treat them any better.
Thanks to the revolution, you men have won equality and freedom. But women have remained in the background. They support us. But as soon as we get our rest, we drive them into a corner. Is this how we want to treat our women?
How you still... You give me that small
have a
bump?
chance to show the real power of the Revolutionary Brotherhood. Only if we all stand together to fight for our freedom will the slogan, freedom, equality, brotherhood be truly fulfilled.
Well, now you've confused us. What on earth made you negotiate with hags?
Excuse me? How can two things be doubtful?
Rule of women.
They can have a brothel. Let them rule that.
You had a perfect
For the
that.
glory of the new world!
So Act 3 is just relentless. Like, you have to come over the top on this. Like, why does this even matter anymore? Like, who cares? Like, just pick something. I don't care. The rebuilding has been completed. The hideout has been transformed into a help center. Now, every time you lose a logistics specialist in a fight, you'll be able to recruit a new one here. What is a logistics specialist? We're going in after it. Why not? Destroy them all. I wasn't aware that they would attack on the fence. Either way, they're getting wiped out one way or another, so... Oh my god. Just cannon that man to death. Let's go. Owned. We have held here. Excellent. Do I mean we're artillery support laying around? I do not. I don't think I could add to it if I wanted to. Yeah. So I got 11 here. One more there. We could use one more cannon right there. 12. 8, 12. 12, 12. Do they just not have names? Why did my cannons fire? So he's going for straight defense. He's just trying to draw this out. Drawing out works better for me because the longer this takes, the more people who escape. So I really need to beef up. Because I'm assuming he has to attack either here, 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 or here. I don't think, or maybe here. Maybe he has that wide range. But he can't go to these other spots without going through these spots first. So it's about holding these spots. So I have 6 there. I need more. I can't afford to take. I'm assuming he can't go there. But why risk it? Why even risk him taking that off? I assume this is safe. I assume he can't bypass these 2 territories. So it's just a lot of upfront support. That's all I got. How's that success? How did I convince them? Madame's counts on unity among women. Let us show her that female unity is as fragile as the bonds between men. When power and money are at stake, empathy and compassion cease to be important. Of all the women who could have something of the Madam. Grace Elliott would be the most efficient. She knows the Madam's world well. There's no more time for subtleties. Imprison her, then promise to let her go in exchange for information. She's been nothing but an ally. This whole time, Madame Elliott has been nothing but an ally to us. Why would you do that? At least we stopped the bleeding a little bit by winning 2 battles. And that's going to do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about all the complaining, but Act 3 is like 10 times more difficult as far as like decisions and everything else. But I mean, it's probably the last act, so it has to be this much tougher towards the end of the climax. So if you enjoyed the video, as always, I ask you to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to pick up the game, there'll be a link to it in the description below. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day, regardless this morning, noon, or night, wherever you're at. Make sure you find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all those good places. You know, those links are in the description below as well. And as always, Viva la Revolution, and I'll hunt you later.